All right, we are back with another PrizePicks video. Kind of later in the day here, but definitely wanted to get some sort of video out for you guys. This will be a combo. We're going to do 3 picks for NBA preseason, and we're going to do 3 picks for the late MLB slate. So that'd be Diamondbacks versus Phillies. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, we've been ripping out videos. We do NFL, college football, obviously NBA. We've been doing a little preseason. MLB is coming to an end, but we've been ripping videos through that. I wanted to get into NHL. We've been doing CS:GO, so we rip videos out all the time. We've had a lot of fun. People in the comments have been awesome. I love hearing when people don't like the picks. I love when people love the picks, and maybe even different picks. Sometimes you guys teach me in the comments. So definitely subscribe if you're new, like the video, and leave a comment down below. But let's jump right into the board so you guys can see these. It's currently 5 p.m., so you'll have a few hours to get these picks in. And kind of waiting for injury updates like always. But with these later kind of preseason games, you kind of expect the players to play, and you'll know if they're not going to play typically a little earlier on. So let's jump right into the board. First guy we're going to talk about is going to be Bruce Brown for the Pacers. This line was at 6.5. It did bump to 7.5, but I'm liking it. They're paying this guy $45 million for 2 years. They picked him up this offseason to come in, be a scorer like he is. And I think, especially if Halliburton plays his first game, I think he's on the board still. Yeah, so if Halliburton plays his first game, I think that will definitely benefit Bruce Brown as well. Maybe set him up for a few open looks at the three-point line. And obviously, Bruce Brown can score in different ways. So I really expect Bruce Brown, who's had a kind of a poor preseason. We can actually jump right into his. Let's go jump into his stats real quick. For Indiana, he's played 2 games. I think he's literally averaging 5 points. 5.5 points, yeah, 2 games, 17 minutes, 5.5 points, but he's shooting really poorly. He's shooting 8 shots a game, which is kind of top 5. I was looking at this earlier. Yeah, he's top 5, and obviously Matherin's going to be, chucking up as many shots as you can get. These younger guys getting a few more minutes. And then Buddy Hield and Bruce Brown have just shot, but they haven't shot well at all. So expect him to get this line, I believe, especially if Halliburton plays. But if not, he's just got to shoot, 35%, which even isn't that good anyway. If he's shooting 40%, 45, 50% like a normal night, I think he gets there quickly. So I'm really liking Bruce Brown as the number 1 pick here. Not number 1 pick, just the first pick. And then let's jump right into the next guy. We're going to talk about Alperen Sengun. Going up against a good matchup in the Spurs. A good matchup meaning they're both young teams. So I think these guys could get a decent amount of run today. They're kind of evenly matched in terms of young talent. Obviously, Sengun will be going up against the Wembanyama front court. I think it's going to be him and Bassey probably down low starting. And then with that said, I think Sengun gets to see a little more Bassey than Wembanyama, and Jabari Smith Jr. will have to deal with Wembanyama. But we also saw Chet Holmgren on the Thunder score 21 points in like 15 minutes against that Spurs team. So I'm liking Sengun. Let's jump over to his stats real quick for preseason. He has been one of the top guys in terms of scoring and minutes for this young Houston team. Obviously, he's one of their building blocks. He can do it a little bit of everything, pass and score. 5.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he can score 10 shots a game, which we like to see. And he's a big man. He could even shoot a little bit better than this. And looks like he's extending his range a little bit, shooting 2.5 threes as well. So it'd be nice to see one of those fall. But I'm liking Sengun. Again, Jabari Smith Jr. will kind of have to deal with more of the Wembanyama. And Sengun's really got shifty post moves. He's kind of like a young Jokic light kind of player. So I'm liking Sengun here tonight. And then let's go to our last pick for basketball. And it's going to be kind of a revenge game in the preseason. Does that count? Is that a thing? Ayton going up against his old team, the Suns. 10.5 points is just too low. He's going to want to show he does not like the Suns organization. I saw a video today of them asking, "Oh, do you have any emotions playing, against Phoenix here in Phoenix?" And he pretty much just shrugged it off and said no. But he doesn't like this organization. He wanted to be utilized more in that offense. And now in Portland, he'll be able to have that chance. Now, he hasn't had the best preseason so far in terms of shooting, in terms of scoring. Let's go check him out. Obviously, Scoot, kind of the combo 3 guards here, and Scoot, Simons, and Shaedon Sharpe, the 3 S's. They've been doing the bulk scoring. But Ayton, 3.5 of 8, so he's shooting 43%. As a big guy, you hope to get this into the 50%. And again, I think he just plays with a lot of aggression and passion tonight, showing kind of, hey, this is what you got rid of, and this is what I'm going to do in Portland. So really liking Ayton. So that's going to be the 3 NBA picks. Now let's jump over to MLB. These games are going to be, at 8 o'clock, so you'll have 3 hours to get these picks in. First guy I'm going to talk about is Christian Walker. One of my favorite plays of the day. 6.5 fantasy score. Doesn't have a hits, runs, RBIs line or anything like that, unfortunately, because he's not going to be stealing bases, I don't think. So let's go check out Christian Walker. We'll talk about Zach Gallen in a second here. Christian Walker, and this is kind of going to be an instance of I really, really like his matchup. We have to look at his hits, runs, RBIs just because they don't have fantasy score on outlier. But you can see, obviously, has huge games, and then he kind of has these off games. Coming off a 3 hits, runs, and RBIs game, so really liking that. In terms of his fantasy score, let's try to pick him up. How many times has he done it? I think 4 of the last 5, he's gone over this 6.5 line, so really liking to see that. But the main seller here for me, 17 at-bats, batting .529 with a home run and 4 RBIs. So Marte and Pham bat before him as well. So these guys in the green batting 410 at-bats. Pham here at 8 at-bats and a .375 average. Another home run and a 2 RBIs. So a couple of these guys early in the lineup know how to hit this wheeler. So really liking kind of this combo 3 here, and they build off each other. If Marte and Pham can get on base and Walker can knock one of them in, that's awesome. And then if Walker, can do it by himself too, getting a few hits. So I think Walker kind of continues this role here and gets over this line. Definitely look at Marte, which I'm going to do right now. But Pham never has a line. Every time I look him up, he doesn't have a line. So unfortunate there. But Marte, let's go to him now. You could look at his fantasy score for sure. Again, they build off each other. But I'm going to do this Marte, Trey Turner combo. And it's hits, runs, and RBIs combo. And I'm doing it because I kind of like both of them a little bit. Obviously, Marte, we talked about, batting .400, has home run potential, 2 RBIs here. And then the other side of the coin here, Turner in the red, but hits better against righties at .282 on the season. And he has a home run. So 18 at-bats against Gallen with a home run, with an RBI. So this Phillies offense have been red hot. And honestly, both of these offenses have been red hot. So if Marte and Turner, obviously they both have home run potential here, having home runs against their matchup. I like both of them tonight. So yeah, so don't do it all too often, but I'm liking this combo with Marte and Turner. So let's jump into the last pick here. We're going to go to Gallen. And I'm going to go to his fantasy score. He's gone over this in 5 straight games, averaging 35.8. His line is at 25.5. So right off the bat, looking good. This one stood out to me first on this prop tool I use. 25.5 on PrizePicks. They're projecting 29.64, which is a 4.1 differential. I've also seen this other places saying Zach Gallen could easily go over this 25.5. And then jumping into his outlier, he goes 15 innings pretty consistently. Last 10, he's gone over 15 innings in every game. Last 20, he's gone over 15 innings in every single game. And in 2023 as a whole, he's only not gone over this in 2 games, 34 of 36 innings or games. So I'm liking him to get at least to the 5th inning here. And then his matchups. Versus Zach Gallen, a lot of red for these guys. They're a team that hits the ball pretty well, especially against righties. They were ranked 7th for the year, but fallen off a little bit the past 30 days. Obviously, they have been hot in the playoffs as well. But a lot of red for specifically against Gallen. Trey Turner, we talked about. We're hoping he gets a few hits. But again, obviously, you can give up a few hits while having a quality start here. And then, Bohm, Real Mutu, 0 batting average. Marsh bats 9th, so this 500 doesn't kill us. But I'm expecting the Gallen to have a quality start. Get a few strikeouts along the way, probably 4, 5, 6 in that range. And yeah, so I'm liking Gallen here tonight. That's going to round out the 6. Little housekeeping at the end here. Bruce Brown, 7.5 points over. We're liking that. Matchup against Atlanta, and we're liking if Halliburton plays specifically, maybe he gets him a few good looks and shoots better than 30 or 20% or whatever he's been shooting so far. Sangoon, matchup against the Spurs. We saw what Chet did to the Spurs, and Wembanyama will be caught up with Jabari Smith Jr. and Sangoon will hopefully be able to eat against the center matchup he's got, either Bassie or Dak Collins. DeAndre Ayton revenge tour. Hopefully we see a lot of him tonight. And then Christian Walker, over 6.5 fantasy score. Marte and Trey Turner combo with the hits, runs, and RBIs over 3.0. And then Zach Gallen over 25.5 pitching fantasy score. So that's going to do it. Sorry, it's a little bit later. I like to wait for these preseason injury updates. But I'm learning that they're not going to send them out until 10 minutes before tip-off, which is frustrating for these betting lines. But that is going to do it for this video. If you're looking for Monday Night Football before that starts, I do have a video out for that. Combo these picks up. You don't have to do all 6. If you don't like what you saw in the analysis, if you don't like any of these specific picks, don't take them. You don't always have to do a 6-man. You can do 2-mans or 3-mans, 4-mans. Maybe not 3-mans on PrizePicks, but if you're doing underdog, go for 3-mans. There's 6x on underdog. So that's going to do it. Hopefully you like these picks. Comment down below, like the video, subscribe if you are new. Peace out.